Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. A lot of nice college football matchups today, guys. Big slate. So hit that subscribe button, guys. We're gonna win a 22.8K subs. Let's go ahead and make that happen today. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. All kinds of profit boosts and parlay boosts today for college football. So take advantage of those, guys, in the description below. And yeah, we'll hop in it. First matchup, we got Nebraska versus Ohio State. Ohio State opening up as a 25.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 48.5. Nebraska coming into this matchup 5-2. Ohio State 5-1. Nebraska coming off a 56-7 loss against Indiana. Yeah, that was a crazy game. Nebraska just got beat down. Ohio State, they're coming off an Oregon win 31-32. Nebraska 0-7 against Ohio State. 2-6 covering against Ohio State. They haven't been that great against Ohio State. Ohio State 10-0 at home. I don't know. This is a lot of points. I mean, we've seen Ohio State kind of dominate. 35-7 against Iowa. 38-7 against Michigan State. I don't know. I'm looking at this line. Something's just telling me I think Nebraska's going to come out and play today. There's a lot of points. I know they got beat down last week, but this is still a good coach, tough Nebraska team. I think Nebraska keeps it close today. Maybe not as super close, but 25.5 points. I mean, that's the biggest Nebraska's lost in their 2 games here. I think they bounce back today with at least a much better offensive performance, only putting up 7 last week. I think they're back on track here. I mean, Nebraska plus 25.5 on the road today. Next matchup, got a big one. We got Notre Dame versus Navy. Notre Dame opening up as a 13.5 point road favorite with the over-under at 50.5. Notre Dame coming into this matchup 6-1. Navy 6-0. Notre Dame, yeah, great start to the season for them. They're on a 5-game winning streak, coming off a Georgia Tech win. And then Navy coming off a 51-17 win against Charlotte. This team is just continues to win, and they've looked really good this season. Notre Dame, they're 6-0 against Navy. But the Navy's defense, they have never started and been this good ever. Navy 5-0 covering the spread. They've been very good during this, 6-0 streak they're on. They're playing very well. They're running the ball. They're passing pretty decent. And I don't know. Notre Dame going to be on upset alert. I don't think they'd expect to play a good Navy team mid-season. This is a good Navy team. We've been riding them. And I'm going to buy a point. You can probably find them already plus 14, but we'll take them plus 14.5 at home today. I think Navy's a great dog in this one. Next matchup, we got Oklahoma versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss opening up as a 19-point home favorite with the over-under at 49. Oklahoma coming into this matchup 4-3. Ole Miss 5-2. Oklahoma, bad 2-game losing streak for them. They're coming off a 35-9 loss against South Carolina and a 34-3 loss against Texas. I mean, they scored 12 points in their last 3 starts. Haven't really scored a touchdown. I mean, it's been bad for Oklahoma. Ole Miss, they're coming off a 3-point LSU loss. They're looking to get back on track. It looks like Jackson Arnold's named the starter, who hasn't been good at all. He's already started and lost his job and started again. Oklahoma, just a bad year for Oklahoma. They are not the same team they've been. They are very bad offensively, struggle to score. I think Ole Miss at home, I think they're going to score at will on Oklahoma, who can't play D or stop anybody. Ole Miss 10-1 at home. Yeah, I think there's no way I can back Oklahoma. They just can't score. So I got to take Ole Miss minus 19 in money line at home today. Next matchup, we got Washington versus Indiana. Indiana opening up as a 5.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 54. Washington coming into this matchup 4-3. Indiana 7-0. Washington coming off a 40-16 loss against Iowa. Not a good year for Washington. And Indiana, the biggest surprise I'd say of the season, 7-0. I don't think anyone expected them to start out like that. This team can score. I mean, man, pretty good D, but offensively putting up 56, 41, 42, 52, 42, 77. Their lowest scoring game so far was 31-7, and that was their opener. This is a great Indiana team here. 6-0 covering the spread, 5-0 at home. I'm surprised they're not bigger favorites against Washington here, because Washington has not been good. Give me Indiana minus 5.5 and money line at home today. Next matchup, we got BYU versus UCF. UCF opening up as a 2.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 53.5. BYU coming into this matchup 7-0. UCF 3-4. BYU, another team I didn't think would start out undefeated here. 7-0, coming off a 3-point Oklahoma State comeback win, and they've looked great this season. UCF 4-game losing streak, coming off an Iowa State game they lost in the last minute, losing by 3. It's been rough for UCF here. BYU 8-1 covering the spread, 4-1 covering on the road. I don't really, to be honest, I don't know why UCF's favored. They've looked bad. They've looked really bad. BYU's been great on offense here. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a point because it's just making it over a field goal here. And yeah, give me BYU plus 3.5 on the road and sprinkle some money. I think they're a great dog today on the road. Next matchup, we've got Illinois versus Oregon. Oregon opening up as a 22-point home favorite with the over-under at 54.5. Illinois coming into this matchup 6-1. Oregon 7-0. Illinois, I mean, yeah, great season start for them. They're coming off a 21-7 win against Michigan. Have been great this season. Great offensively. Defense has been pretty decent. Oregon coming off a 35-0 win against Purdue. Illinois 5-0 covering on the road. They're 5-1-1 covering the spread. Oregon, we know they're 12-0 at home. Great home team. I don't know. This is a lot of points for a very good Illinois team. Yeah, I'm liking the points to Illinois. I think they're going to make it close. There's just a lot of points. We've seen them. Let's see. They were kind of a similar spread. They were 19-point dogs against Penn State. This is like a similar matchup for them. Only lost by 14, got the cover, but it was a pretty defensive game there. I'm liking the points. I mean, both really good quarterback play from both teams. I think that's a great line, and I'm gonna take Illinois plus 22 here. It's just a lot of points for a good team. Next matchup, we got Missouri versus Alabama. Bama opening up as a 16-point home favorite with the over-under at 51. Missouri coming into this matchup 6-1. Bama 5-2. Missouri. Looks like Brady Cook's questionable. Hopefully he does suit up and play here. Dealing with a lot of injuries here. But Mizzou coming on a 2-game winning streak, coming off an Auburn win 21-17. Bama, they're coming off a Tennessee loss 24-17. This is not the same Bama, guys. It's not the same Bama we've seen. They beat Georgia, but since they beat Georgia, they lost to Vandy, lost to Tennessee, almost lost to South Carolina. Just a bad 3-game stretch from Bama. And Missouri kind of getting back on track, being able to beat Auburn here. They're 5-1 covering on the road, 5-1 against the SEC. There's a lot of points here, and 16 points on the road for Missouri with Bama struggling. Yeah, give me Missouri plus 16 on the road today. Next matchup, we got Texas versus Vanderbilt. Texas opening up as a 17.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 51. Texas coming into this matchup 6-1. Vanderbilt 5-2. Texas, they're coming off a 30-15 loss against Georgia. Yeah, bad loss for Texas. Vanderbilt, they're on a 3-game winning streak. I mean, this 3-game winning, they're coming off a Ball State win, beating Kentucky, beating Bama. Texas 8-0 on the road. I mean, you got to give props to Vanderbilt. They've looked very good. But man, I can't back them against Texas. I think Texas is angry, coming off a bad Georgia loss. I think they're going to bounce back big. I just don't know how Vanderbilt's. I know they've played well. I just don't see them hanging around with Texas here. So I'm taking the Longhorns here. Give me Texas minus 17.5 on the road today. Next matchup, we got Florida State versus Miami. Miami opening up as a 21-point home favorite with the over-under at 54.5. Florida State coming into this matchup 1-6. Miami 7-0. Florida State, they're coming off a 23-16 loss against Duke. I mean, this team offensively horrible. I mean, they've only scored 20 points, and that was in the opening game. They scored 16, 13, 16, 14, 12, 13. They cannot score any points. Miami, they're coming off a 52-45 win against Louisville. They're undefeated. Another great start for Miami. If anything, they put up points. 52, 39, 38, 50, 62, 56. Yeah, I just don't know if Florida State's going to have the offense to hang around with Miami. They barely put up 20 points. Miami's putting up like 40 and 50. Yeah, I just have no trust in Florida State. They've just been horrible. Gonna buy a half a point. Give me Miami minus 20.5 at home today. Next matchup, we've got LSU versus Texas A&M. Big matchup today. A&M opening up as a 1-point home favorite with the over-under at 55. Both teams coming into this matchup 6-1. That's going to be a great game here. LSU, they're on it. I mean, yeah, they lost their opener, and then they've won their last 6. Coming off a big Arkansas win, 34-10. A&M, same thing, lost their opener. Notre Dame won their last 6. So this is a tough one here. And LSU, 10-3 against A&M. 12-1 covering against A&M. They've been very good against A&M. 5-1 covering on the road against A&M. But A&M at home, that's a different beast. They're 6-1 at home. The overs hit in 6 of the last 8 between the two here. I mean, this one's really going to be a battle. It's a pick'em scenario. Yeah, this one's tough, but man, I really like this A&M defense. We saw what they did to Arkansas last week. And we've seen what this team does at home. The defense is something serious. We saw that they're coming off 2 games where they beat Mississippi State, beat Missouri. Those last 2 games, the defense has been great, and the pressure's been there. I think I got to take A&M money line at home today. Next matchup, we got Penn State versus Wisconsin. Penn State opening up as a 6.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 47.5. Penn State coming into this matchup 6-0. Wisconsin 5-2. Penn State, great start for them. I mean, coming off a 3-point USC win. Wisconsin, they're on a little 3-game winning streak, coming off a Northwestern win. They've looked good defensively. The last 3 games, Wisconsin, they've given up 3, 7, and 6. So they've been good the last 3 games here. But Penn State, different competition for them. Penn State 5-0 covering against Wisconsin, 5-0 against Wisconsin. So they've been very good head to head here. And yeah, for me, it's hard to bet against Penn State. They're just playing great, and Wisconsin's looked good the last 3 games, but I got to roll with Penn State minus 6.5 and money line on the road today. Next matchup, we got Kansas versus Kansas State. Kansas State opening up as a 10-point home favorite with the over-under at 55.5. Kansas coming into this matchup 2-5. Kansas State 6-1. Kansas, horrible year for them. They are coming off a Houston win, but bad season for Kansas. Talented quarterback, but bad season. Kansas State, they're on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a West Virginia win. Dominating win, 45-18. Kansas 0-10 against Kansas State. 0-7 on the road against Kansas State. They've been horrible against Kansas State here. Kansas State 10-1 at home. Yeah, I just don't trust Kansas. They have not looked good. Kansas State at home. I'm going to buy a half a point. Give me Kansas State minus 9.5 and money line in this one. In the last matchup, we got SMU versus Duke. SMU opening up as an 11.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 48.5. Both teams coming into this matchup 6-1. SMU, I mean, they're on a 4-game hot streak, coming off a 40-10 win against Stanford. Duke, they're coming off a 23-16 win against FSU. SMU 8-0 on the road, 5-1 covering the spread here. They've looked very good. Duke 7-0 at home, or they've played excellent. Offense hasn't been amazing for Duke, but they win games. They play good D, hold their opponents to about 20, around 20 points here. SMU has a tough one. There's a lot of points. I mean, Duke's been great. Defensively, they've hung around in games. They're 6-1, so they've been solid. You kind of hope for better quarterback play from Duke, from Murphy. SMU, they can score. They've been good. I think this will be a tough test for SMU, playing a different kind of defense here, a tougher Duke team. A lot of points, but I'm going to take Duke plus 11.5 at home today. I think they're good dogs. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.